It is important that we agree in this era where we have said as a government, Kenya Kwanza government, that we shall operate at zero tolerance to corruption. Therefore, we have no room and space for fraudsters, especially where our officers are likely to be involved or may get involved. So we need to agree with each other and them that we are not going to accept that. Also give a warning call and shot to the fraudsters that their time is over, and where they procure records, whether aided or not by our officers. One, our officer, if is found to have aided, will obviously have to face the law. And there is no two way about that. Number two, that we shall not honor that certificate as a land ministry. Once these records come to my notice and the notice of my principal secretary, we will recall. We will seek to recall and to cancel. We are no longer going to tolerate a situation where fraudsters are evicting owners, true owners of land from their spaces, from their property. We want to promise Kenyans that we are serious in the handling, the manner of handling of their court record, their documents, their land records, and of course with digitization, we expect to reduce fraud and interference and disappearance of records through digitization. That is really a key achievement, and we will keep on talking about it, and we are working towards taking it to the entire country. It also provides better security for the land records. I don't see why we are making a controversy. You know, people now have seen that the housing program is actually succeeding. One, it is providing currently over 110,000 young Kenyans of all structure in terms of skills, knowledge, you know, masons, mamambogas are there cooking their food, you know. Kiosk owners can now supply food to those people, cement owners, chuma owners, you know, wood, basically doors and hinges, and all these people being affected. One single unit is able to provide employment or income to 8 to 10 people. One single unit. If we succeed in building, and that is our objective, building 200,000 units, a minimum of 200,000 units, times 10 people. I guess the mathematics is clear. 2 million Kenyans will be accessed to jobs. And therefore, I think the question should be, how many more are you able to build? Not whose land are you taking. The land is Kenyan land, it's Kenyan property, it's public property. We are giving these houses to Kenyans who are the owners. We are simple custodians. We are simply the custodians. Obviously, every state department is supposed to correct its revenue or shut revenue source losses and enhance its revenue collection. If we have enhanced services, if we have expedited service delivery, we expect to enhance our revenue by a minimum of 5 times where we were. I think we were around maybe correcting stamp duty 14 billion. This is where we are now. Yes, and we hope to actually go maybe double that, 14 billion per annum. So we want to compete with the best. If the best is Kenya Revenue, we'll compete with them. You know, Kenya Revenue is receiving from all of us. But if the best is police, if the best is mining, we want to compete with the best. And because we have records, we want to compare ourselves with the best so that we can catch up. We believe that under this State Department, because of the land properties being, we have a new industry. The housing industry is very vibrant now, and I can tell you, by what the program of housing is doing, private investors in terms of housing will increase, and more houses will be built. So we expect to correct revenue from there. Every allotment letter gives you the terms of that allotment. It also gives you, in that list of terms, it provides for the period within which you should meet the conditions. You know, the conditions set out in the simple letter of, and it's a one-page. Most of the times it is one-page document. But Kenyans will read and put in the box that they have an allotment, they have a property. And you have been told, pay, do ABCD, pay this, bring your plan for whatever you are doing with the land within a certain period. In most cases, 60 days, 60 days. And you have now come back to the land office with a document which is 30 years old. The land has gone long time ago, because once you don't meet, do what you are supposed to do, the conditions set within the 60 days, the government, the allotment body, the commission or the county authority has the right to allocate the same property to another person and proceed to process the title. So we will be making a pronouncement in respect of that, but it's just that important that once you get your allotment today, read and comply with the terms. You don't comply with the terms, you don't have any land. If you find it has gone, too bad.
There was an issue in regards to stamp duty. We still have an issue in regards to stamp duty. We think more than 50% of the transactions are happening either under the stamp duty or stamp duty is not paid. And the issue, one of the issues was that the items that is a KRA system is not integrated with our system, and that we do not have visibility of the KRA system, because we do the processing, the assessment from our side at glance. Then we raise an invoice, then someone goes to the items to pay, then they come back with a receipt. So we had an engagement with KRA, which they allowed the Ministry of Lands and appointed us as collectors of stamp duty formally, so that we collect stamp duty on their behalf through our system, but it goes to the KRA account from the system. But we still think there is a lot of shortchanging of the system, either through collusion, omission, or fraud, direct fraud, and it's a discussion we'll have later.
We are requesting, Waziri, and you as field officers, kindly do not process letters of allotment that have expired, 1. 2, that have not been forwarded by the Commission. Acceptance is to the Commission. Acceptance is to the Commission. We will forward these letters to you for further processing. We are increasingly, because we do not know, we issue letters of allotment, we don't know who has accepted, who has not accepted. But processes continue. So I think in the spirit of collaboration, we are requesting that when we issue letters of allotment, we expect those to whom we have issued on your behalf, or behalf of the county government, to accept them by returning them to us. We will forward them to you. That way, we have a record of what has been accepted, and we can be able to trace back in case there are any fraudulent activities. I'm sure even for the officers from the DCI who are here and the SEC, we'll find it a much easier process to follow, because they're not the critical things that come in court while these letters of allotment accepted. We are witnessing cases where letters that were issued in 1985, in 1990, 2000, where the acceptance was done in 2023. Yet other people may actually end up being on the land.